Hello, dear students. Today I'm going to explain Our Tree, a thought-provoking poem written by D.A.V.Public, who is an American poet. In this poem, the poet has shared his concern for the nature, and he's deeply pained at the mindless felling of trees and how this reckless human behavior is posing a serious threat to the very existence of mankind. The poet is extremely vocal about his love for trees. Around the globe, people have caused immense damage to the earth's green cover. This poem also highlights the conflict between men and nature. So let's get started. Students, I'm only explaining the lines of the poem. I'm skipping the pre-reading task. It takes so long for a tree to grow, so many years of pushing the sky. Basically, our tree describes the journey of a tree. How a small tiny seed germinates, then it becomes a sapling, takes the form of a small tender plant, and gradually it becomes a huge tree. Basically, a tree takes many years to grow and to attain its skyrocketing heights, right? Here it is written, so many years of pushing the sky means a tree keeps on pushing the sky, means it keeps on growing or it keeps on attaining its height year after year, right? Here the tree is pushing the sky means that the tree is increasing in height, the tree is growing in height, and it is not pushing the sky in literal sense, right? So here the poet has used a poetic device, and that poetic device is personification. Why? Because here tree is pushing the sky. As you know that the act of pushing can be done only by human beings. But here, tree is pushing the sky. So personification is the poetic device used here. So I would like to explain the definition of personification. What is a personification? Personification is a poetic device which endorses human traits or human characteristics to non-living things or abstract ideas. So here the tree has been personified by the poet, right? Moving further. Long branches stretch the arms, reach out with their wooden fingers. So, stretching the arms and wooden fingers. These two points are very significant here. Understand? Now, since the tree has been personified here, so the a tree keeps on stretching its arms, a tree keeps on spreading its branches. Means it keeps on growing in size, it keeps on attaining its size, and with the passage of time, a tree becomes very thick. Okay, a tree becomes very thick, right? Moving further. So here, the long branches of a tree are called the arms of the tree, right? And moving on to the second line, reach out with their wooden fingers. So apart from these strong branches, a tree also possesses small twigs, tender twigs, and these twigs come out of these strong long branches of a tree, and these wooden twigs or these tender twigs of a tree are called fingers of a tree, right? So long branches are called arms of a tree, but wooden twigs or twigs of a tree are called fingers of a tree. Now, poetic device. Since long branches of a tree have been compared with arms and twigs of a tree are compared with human fingers, so the poetic device used here is metaphor. So long branches are like arms and twigs are like fingers. So metaphor is the poetic device used here. And what is a metaphor? Metaphor is a poetic device where two unlike things are compared without using words such as like or as. I hope these two lines are also clear. Years drift by, fall like leaves, from green to yellow, then back to green. Let's understand these two lines now. So here, years drift by means years pass by, years move by, just like leaves, fall off every year, right? Students, as you know that in a year there are many seasons, right? And a tree also witnesses many seasons, and also a tree itself undergoes many changes. Like during springtime, let's start with the green. Initially, all the leaves of a tree are green, then gradually in autumn season, these green leaves turn yellow, and at the outset of winter, these yellow leaves just fall off. And again, when it is springtime, a tree gets all its green leaves back. So here, green to yellow, then back to green. This line is very significant as far as change in a tree is concerned. So basically, this cycle or this process goes on for many years in the life of a tree. So let's discuss the poetic device here. So here years drift by, fall like leaves. So years have been compared with leaves here, right? Yes, here the comparison has been done. So years have been compared with leaves. It means the poetic device used here is simile. So simile is the poetic device used here. Just like leaves, years just keep on changing. Years just keep on moving. So you can say that change is the only constant thing, right? Moving further. Now, next slide. Since my dad was a boy, so here the poet is talking about his grandfather when he was a boy, and then before his father's father. There has been an elm outside our school, its shadow long across our playground. Today, three men ripped it down, chopped it up, and it took 10 minutes. So, now, explanation. Basically, the poet is feeling nostalgic about this elm tree, right? This elm tree has been standing near the school's playground since his great great grandfather's time. But today, the poet just laments that the elm tree is no more there. The poet further says that this elm tree has been standing outside uh, the school for so long, and it has been giving shade to everyone, right? The tree has been selflessly serving everyone. The tree has been taking care of every human being. But despite this fact, the three men came today and they just put an end to the existence of the elm tree. They left no stone unturned to put an end to the existence of the elm tree. Now the explanation is, what is the message of the poem? Okay, the message of the poem is that we need to be more sensitive and responsible towards nature, and we must take a vow to become the savior of the nature, right? We also need to spread this awareness among people that the survival of mankind can only be possible, the survival of human beings will only be possible if trees are there. So we have to ensure that nobody cuts down these beautiful trees. Basically, we have to, everybody has to take an initiative to stop the deforestation which is going on everywhere. So stop deforestation and say yes to afforestation. Thank you so much.